This is the successful Green candidate for Harehills and Gipton Council a few weeks ago when he became a councillor. You may notice he's wearing the Palestinian keffiyeh and he's running for the Green Party, which is entirely appropriate considering his religion. Let's just hear him again.
We will not be silent. We will raise the voice of Gaza. We will raise the voice of Palestine. Allahu Akbar.
Right, that was his message for the people of Gipton and Harehills. That's nothing about bin collection, potholes in the road, schools, local services, social services, nothing at all about that. It's all about Gaza. Singing a different song now though. I'm Granniopteryx. I'm on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute and Minds. And this is Harehills right now. Well, it looks like Councillor Muthin Ali wanted to bring the people closer to Gaza, and it looks like he's managed to do that. And that's pretty remarkable when you consider how politicians promise things and never deliver them. Well, here's an honest man who actually has delivered the Gaza experience. And of course his people, as he says, will not be silenced. They sure aren't silent now. Okay, and here is the man himself.
How it started isn't exactly clear. I mean, what's happened is an absolute travesty what's happened. Our community has been let down for so long.
His community has been let down so long. He's let the community down. He's supposed to be the local councillor. And yet when he was elected, was he talking to them about getting things done in the council? No, he is the one responsible. He's saying they've been let down. He's the one in charge. Who does he think is to blame? All he was talking about was Gaza and Allahu Akbar. Well, Allah's not helping him there. In fact, it doesn't look like there's Allah there behind him, does it? It looks like it's entirely the other place. Here, let's carry on. And he is saying that he's been let down. Well, his community's been let down. He's the one in charge.
Whether it's by the local government, whether it's by the national government.
But anything but yourself, yes?
Whether it's by the local authorities, our community has been badly...
You are the local authorities.
...let down. Our community has been badly neglected.
Your community's been badly neglected because you're talking about Gaza when you should be you're talking about the bomb craters in Gaza when you should be talking about the potholes in your own patch. And he's telling us that they've been let down. He's in charge.
Suffered massively from underinvestment. This sort of thing was just bubbling under the surface.
Just a minute. Did he say investment there? Hang on. I didn't hear that too clearly. It's not coming through too clearly here on my speakers. Investment, yeah. He's talking about investment. Who in his right mind would want to invest in his area when he's standing there on a podium going, this is for Gaza, this is, we will not be silenced? Who would put money into that area? And just look what's happened there. Anyone who had put money in there has certainly lost it now. Does anyone want to invest in an area governed by a man who is supposed to be in charge and then when things go wrong says the community's been let down?
This sort of thing was just bubbling under the surface. It took an action by social services. Whether it's right or wrong, I can't be the judge of that. I don't know the details.
Apparently what happened was this. Some family was found to be not looking after their children well enough. I don't know whether it was a Pakistani, Bangladeshi family or whether it was one of the other ethnic groups there. Apparently, there are other ethnic groups. There are gypsies there, for instance, Romanians, Albanians, I don't know. But that started a riot. Why one group should be in a riot with another group is another question. But that was apparently what started
Whether it was right or wrong, I don't know. But
you don't know a lot of things, do you, Mr. Ali?
that action sparked a gathering of people. The police had that contained.
Now, I want to point something out here. In all fairness, he is genuinely distressed. And maybe that's a good sign. But this is a man who, when he got onto the podium, punched his fist in the air and started talking about Gaza and had not enough intelligence or foresight to see that that wasn't going to go well. And now he's, FAFO, yes? FAFO.
Talk about how we can find out and how much we can find out and what it takes to get there. So first we have to decide how much do we want to find out. So let's say in this case, I want to find out at a level of 7. Okay, so I find that level on my graph and I come horizontally to my gradient line. Where it intersects with my gradient line, I'm going to come straight down to where it intersects with my fuck around line. That there is going to tell me how much I have to fuck around to find out what I need to find out. See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out. So I hope this lesson is helpful. Thank you.
And boy, has he found out.
It was peaceful, it was noisy. I mean, there was a lot of criminal damage done, but it wasn't to this extent.
It was peaceful, it was noisy, but it wasn't as bad as this.
Once the police withdrew, it encouraged the crowds to...
Yeah, and the police got out and then it turned into this. It wasn't peaceful. The reason the police left was because they were the crowd was overturning vehicles. And the kids, it was the children. They were throwing rocks. They were acting like savages. I blame the parents. Yes, I do. And he is one of the parents.
Become even more violent, and this is when we've had looting taking place. A delivery van had all its fridges and everything else taken out and set on fire. This bus behind us, they were attacking this bus, so I got onto the bus, I got the bus driver off, I got the 2 passengers off, and I escorted them round the back away from the crowds to safety.
At basis, he appears to be a concerned man, doesn't he? I think he probably is. But he's an idiot. And he started off with Gaza, and this is what he's got. Because he may be a good man. He may be the sort of person who will go and rescue people. But he's unintelligent. He's stupid. And he only got elected because this is for Gaza. Now he's got to live with the consequences of his own stupidity.
But the thing is, this is our community, it's our neighbourhood. Whatever burns here is ours, it belongs to us. It's our neighbourhood that's being burnt down here.
Yeah, but what about Gaza?
Down here. Now, if we don't stand up and take some pride in our own community and stand up and say, look, you can't be doing this on our watch, and the police and the social security, the social services and the government authorities can't be forgetting about us. They have to.
No. For the police and the social services will not come into your area because they're frightened to come in, because you have mobs of people behind you punching their fists in the air and saying this is for Gaza. What an idiot.
They have to take notice of us because we're here.
Take notice of you? We've done nothing but take notice of you ever since you got elected. You certainly made yourself noticeable there. And you filled the people who were following you with hate. That's what was going on. You were running on a ticket of hate. And this is where it ends up. Do you think that hate goes only where you direct it?
We're human beings and we deserve to be treated like...
No, you're wild animals. Those people there are wild animals, and you are responsible for them acting like that, Mr. Ali.
Have you had any update from police and fire brigade?
I mean, the police did try and come back earlier on. A few hours ago, the police tried to come back, but they were being pelted heavily with bricks.
Yeah. So, do you see? He's saying the police can't forget about us. And then he says they did try and come back in and they got stoned. And not in a nice way.
Heavily with bricks and bottles and all kinds of other things. Me and a couple of other guys were trying to protect the police, but when it got too much...
You sow the wind, you reap the whirlwind, Mr. Harehills and Gipton.
When it got too much, the police had to back off. They just didn't have the numbers to try and control the crowd. You can't control a crowd of 1,000 people with 50 people.
No, you can't. And that's the problem. You started this, now you're in it. Every time you go out there and see the burnt out vehicles, the frightened people, the looted shops, the broken windows, the bricks and stones hanging around, that is your fault, Mr. Ali. You and your friends who are all standing there behind you, punching the air. It's your fault. You sort it out and stop blaming other people for your disaster. It's your fault, you idiot. Right, well, do you think he'll listen to me? Probably out there at the mosque trying to figure out what went wrong. All right, till next time. You can help my channel by clicking like, by subscribing, by clicking the notification bell, and by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels are in the description, also links to donation sites, but really the best way you can help me is simply by clicking like. Thank you.